Good afternoon, everybody. This is Leo. It's been a while. I was just making a video on the shortage of electricians and what I thought, what's going on. This video right here is going to be about our experience, and I'm going to say it's ours because both Marty and I are testing for our electrical licenses. And it's been an ongoing power struggle, not power struggle, but ongoing with PSI. So it has nothing to do with TDLR. TDLR is here in Texas. It's a licensing program for all electricians, all trades, the trades and everything in the industry that they take care of licensing. So my experience with TDLR has been good, has been great, nothing bad to say about them. Usually when you call them in the morning or in the afternoon, they're busy, you leave your phone number, they'll get back with you before the end of the day, which is good because you can expect a call, and I think they're open a little later than usual. So my experience with PSI, nothing but bad. I started trying to test for my master's before COVID, and I've been going maybe around 18 times, maybe a little more. I'm not sure. I'd have to count them. And I don't think it has anything to do with me not studying. I think it has to do with PSI giving us questions that are not in the code book, or making us chase the code book, right? And then what I mean is every single page, no one can master the code book and know where everything is at. Not every electrician knows where everything's at. I mean, the only person I know is Mike Holt. Other than that, regular Joe like me or any licensed electrician master that has his license, I don't think they can memorize the code book front to back. Again, in my time that I've been since before COVID till now, anything that I go and I take the exam and I can remember, when I get out of there, I'll write it down. I'll go look it up or Google it. A lot of those questions that are in the test have been removed from the code book, but they're still on the exam. So that makes me think that the system is rigged for us to fail. I mean, just look at it, $80 times 18 times. That's a lot of money. I mean, I don't really care about the money at this point. I just like to get my license. I know it sounds funny, or I'm laughing about it, but and to prove to you guys that I'm doing the research, right? Questions out of the 2011? Why do I have a 2011? Why do I have a 2011 code book? Because some of the questions on the exam that are not in the 2023 are they in 2011. So, and how do I know? Because the ones I can remember are on here. Here's another example. Why do I have a 2014 code book? Because some of the questions that they asked on my 2023 exam are not in there. They're in the 2014. Again, what I can remember, I'll write it down when I leave there, or I'm driving, and I remember, I'll pull over, write it down from what I can remember. 2020. Some questions are not even the 2023, they're on the 2020, and we're still receiving them. 2017. 2017. So why would the test center, PSI, be giving us questions from code books that don't pertain to anything having to do with 2023? Again, 2023. To be honest with you, in just this year of 2023, 24, 25, I have bought 5 code books of 2023. You ask why? Because that's the amount of times that I went to take the test and the pages have started falling off the books. Why? Because I go and take the test and I research and I come back and I study and I'm still not able to pass the test. Again, why does the state of Texas give another state or another country the right to test us here in the United States, to give us our test? Why? Why is this happening? I might not know a lot of math or calculations, but are you telling me that I purchased all these code books and I can't pass the exam because some of these questions are not even in the code book? Is a test made to fail? A fail? So you can keep going back and paying them. That's the feeling that I've been getting. Again, it has nothing to do with TDLR. I just think they need to look at what they're doing to the people trying to get their exams. Mari, she's been trying to get her journeyman's this past year, but PSI does not allow her to take her exam because she keeps saying that she's not eligible. I believe that she's already been approved 3 times this past year because she keeps calling like at least every other month. Hey, can you send the paperwork? Can you send the paperwork? They send the paperwork. And even after we get the paperwork again and get that 8-digit number or the number they want, and you call them, you're calling to India somewhere, some calling service, and not even in this country. They tell her that she's not eligible, but they just send us the paper and the email, right? So how can you not be eligible to take the exam? And then PSI, I'm not sure where it's from, but they don't have no customer service at all. You can't get a hold of them. You can email them. They don't respond back. Are they shut down? What's going on? Why are you not approving her? Why do you not want her to test? What is the problem? What is the issue? TDLR, I mean, they don't want to do anything about it. They just need to find somebody within our state to give us the exams, because it ain't working. It ain't happening. I went through the same thing the year before. It took probably like 6 months of calling to PSI and getting with TDLR for them to approve me. So I'm not sure what's going on with them. I'm not sure. But I have nothing good to say about PSI. Nothing. My experience with them has been just really bad. Our experience, both Mari and I, nothing but bad things to say about them. So for those of you that are watching or taking your exams and you're failing, I don't know what to say. The only thing I can say is they're testing us with questions that are removed from the exam, from the code book. So and even the plan set that they give you, too is not correct. So far, I've found 5 things that are wrong with it, and even when I bring it up to the people at the test center, they don't do nothing about it, because eventually as many as times as you go back, you get to know which are the questions that come back. So you get them wrong because you know they're wrong, and or you finally start to figure out that they're wrong. There is no right answer to the question because, like symbols, you go look in symbols, and there's like a fire. Every time I go and get these questions for the fire, like strobe horn fire, like a square with a triangle, right, upside down triangle, and in the symbols is they got a letter in front of them, right, like X, E, or H, right? But in the test question on the plan set, it has none. So it's made for you to fail because it doesn't have a letter. So you count all of them, and there is a number for all of them. So if you count all of them, you're going to fail. So if you say half of them, you're going to fail. Why? Because it doesn't have the symbol in front of it, right? So the little letter in front of it is what indicates what each one of the fires is, right? So there isn't a symbol that doesn't have a letter. But on the plan set, there is no letters on it. So it's made for you to fail. That's one thing to look out for. There's like four things or 5 things that I found, but they don't really care. Every time I go, I do mention it to the ladies, but I guess they don't move it on to somebody. And a lot of times, the questions, you can leave comments, and I do leave comments and say, hey, I'm an electrician. This is what I'm experienced with. I would choose this answer because this is the answer that most likely fits the question because we're in the field. And then, well, I'm gonna get it wrong because that's not the answer they want, right? So, but it's not part of the answer, or I can't find it in the code book, right? So, and all in all, I just give up, and it my motivation to test just goes down because a lot of things I can't even find them in the code book, and I just give up. I don't understand how I can go through 4 or 5 code books 2023 and not be able to pass the exam when stuff that I'm taking on the exam has nothing to do with our state. Like, why are we testing for transmission lines? I had one where I chased transmission lines until I find the answer, and it was written by some college in another state, like a paper. Somebody read a paper on the thickness of the steel for a bolt or something like that for transmission line. When am I ever going to work on transmission lines? I mean, why is that on my test? That's from another state, and I know for a fact that's from another state because I googled it. It took me like 2 or 3 weeks of just trying to figure out how to do it, how to find the answer, until I came across it. So it was a paper bit written by some college on transmission lines. Those are my trials that I've been through lately. At some point, I'm just going to give up. The system is made to make you fail or something. Like, I don't know, my motivation for becoming a master just goes away, right? Like, at some point you just have to call it quits. Yeah, it would be nice to have it, but it just wears you down after the few years. How many years? I don't know. Since before COVID. So that's a lot of years, more than 5 years, probably 6 years. So I'm at the point where I'm ready to give up on it. I don't know. I don't know what else to do. Bought every single book I can, all the study materials out there. I think the problem is with PSI. I think the Texas TDLR needs to get away from PSI because they're not letting people test, or they're just failing them just to get the money. I see people coming into the test center and just sit down, not even 15, 20 minutes. They get up and leave. So Thank you for watching, guys. Leave your comments on your experiences with PSI. I'd like to see what kind of comments you got. Maybe make additional videos. I mean, honestly, I think I've already been there like 18 times. Thank you for watching.